Okay, I know that everyone hates me. I'm super sorry. I got wicked busy after I started working, and I haven't had time for living. So, I'm sorry that I haven't updated anyone in a super long time, but I'm going to do a mega update right now, and then I'm going to put some pictures on Facebook, and then I'm going to put other things in, I think, a other vlog just of photos, because I have 3 or 4 weeks of photos. So, first thing, I booked Italy. If you haven't already seen or me told you, I booked Italy. I'm leaving this Friday, the 4th, in the afternoon, and I will be there until the 6th in the morning-ish time. So, what I plan on doing is I'm going to go to Pisa, and I'm going to be staying in Pisa 2 days, but one day I'm going to take a train to Florence and visit there, and the other day I'm going to be in Pisa. But my hostel's in Pisa for 2 days, so that'll be really fun. I'm super excited about leaving this Friday. I made a carrot cake at the other lady's house, but not the cake. The cake was delicious. But we have moved. I will show you guys pictures of the house. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Carrot cake. I made a carrot cake in Spain. Recipes and things like that are really different here. You have to mix and turn and add extra here, there, da. So you have to be a really good cook. And the cake came out amazing. I took it to school, and now I'm famous in Spain for the girl that makes carrot cake that tastes like Jesus. So that's pretty cool. Americans can cook. It is not a mystical legend. About the housing, we ended up moving. We hated our old house, and there was a lot of problems with weird this and that, and food. Food was a huge problem. So I talked to our housing coordinator, Margarita, and she got us all these different interviews, and we had to visit a ton of houses. We went to 4. The first one was really nice. The house kind of smelled like old people, and there was a lady and her mother, and they didn't want us because Grace is a vegetarian. The older lady was like, I don't want to cook 2 meals. Bah. So we were like, okay, well, fine, bye. And we just left. And then the next house we went to, the lady seemed really nice, but her house was kind of small, and she had paintings on her wall of like zombie children. And I think that they were her children painted to look like her children, but they had all these dark, negative colors that made her children look like dead zombies. And I was like, I don't think I can live with that every day. I'm going to have nightmares. And she didn't have internet, so we had a super good excuse to just be like, we can't live in the super creepy lady's house that has like 1,000 rules on our dresser that we have to do all these things, and that's just not going to work out. We're going to get in trouble. So we didn't live there. And then we went to this third house that was like in BFE, bumfuck Egypt. And we barely found it. We had to ask 3 people on the road. When we finally got there, we walk in, and the lady seemed really nice. The house seemed really fine, whatever, and we were about to take a tour, and other girls come out of their room, and they look at us with this scared terror look on their face, and then they whisper to Grace and I, do you speak English? And we're just like, excuse me? Yeah. And then they whisper, don't live here. This place is horrible. And we're just like, ha, ha. And then we take the tour of the house, and we're just like, thank you, bye. The next day I talked to Margarita, and she was just like, oh, well, I got you 3 houses, and what's your problem with this one? And I was like, how would you feel if someone said that to your daughter? Would you let her live there? And she was just like, well, I don't see the problem even with the first house you guys lived in. I was like, find me another house. I'll see you on my pause. And then she had another house for me at the pause. And then we came to visit Carmen, and we went to her shop, because she has a shop where she sells wigs and shoes, which is kind of a weird combination, but it works for her and her sister. And it's really close. It's in a good area. We really like it. The metros are all really close. We have 3 different metro lines, like really central to our house. We live right next to the hospital. And, I mean, everything's pretty awesome here. She's a great cook. She cooks with a lot of oil. So for me, that's kind of like, that's really not healthy. I don't really like that idea. But she likes organic things. She likes vegetables, fruits. She cooks everything on the stove. She doesn't even let us use the microwave because she thinks it's going to, like, kill us with UV rays or something. So, I mean, everything's heated up on the stove. She won't even let me heat up my water for tea in the microwave. So, I guess in one way I'm being unhealthy with the oil, and the other way I'm being kind of healthy with the heating everything up on the stove. The house is a little bit smaller. It's a little bit less fancy than our first one. But the food is, like I said, way better. Our mom is a little chatterbox. She's super nice, and she just likes to talk to us. She has these little phrases that she repeats all the time. She kind of reminds me of like a grandma. Like when your grandma's like, "Don't forget this," and "Oh, make sure you do this," and "I just love to tell you this 15 times." And we're like, "Okay, see you later, bye." She always gets us the elevator and all these things. So we can talk about that again later. Not in this vlog, so it's not like wicked long because it's already long. I went to Avila. I will have photos in the upcoming vlog of just photos. It was kind of boring. There wasn't a lot to do there, but we did try these things called gemelas, and they were disgusting. Balls of egg candy that were just nasty, and they tasted like gelatin yolk. I don't even know how else to explain that. They were just gross. And we bought them because they were like, "Oh, these things are so famous. You have to try them. Everyone loves them, blah, 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 blah." We ate them, and they were like, "This is nasty. I can't even finish the box of them that I just paid for." But it was an experience, so we did that. Then we went and had tea and sat around and did nothing because it's like the smallest town ever. But there's pictures of on this wall and some different things like that, so that's kind of cool. And I will show you guys later. I wrote a new poem. It is on my DA. My username is hiphopprincess8. If you guys want to check that out, deviantart.com. Search my username. And that's kind of cool. Happy late St. Valentine's Day. What else am I want to talk about? Like I said, I'm busy at my internship. I get up at 7 in the morning, get ready for school, go to school, come home, have lunch, grab my bag, get on the metro, go to work until about 7, take the metro back, don't get home until 7:30. It's just like, and then I come home and eat, do homework, take a shower, crash. So, sorry I've been super busy. That's my Monday through Thursday, Friday, depends on the week. And weekends we take weekend trips, and then Sunday I'm like, I can't function. So, sorry, that was a weird face. At my internship, I work for 5 different companies. I work for Sextante, Evante, Embassy Housing, S Practicas, and Ellicott. And I'm helping launch Ellicott. The other ones I'm doing some different graphic promotional work for. I'm going to be putting together a book like for NSAC. So there's just like a ton of stuff going on there. I've been doing a shit ton of graphic work though. I'm not a graphic designer. It's been really challenging, but I feel like I've been doing pretty good seeing as I've had like 10,000 tasks at once and the majority of them are graphic design. But everyone tries to talk to me in English, so I keep on going, "Please talk to me in Spanish. I really need to practice." But I have a desk. It's more of a kind of a table, but it's like a desk because it came from IKEA. And I forgot to take pictures for a really long time, but now I have a picture of most of the people that I work with, of them all giving each other bunny. It's just kind of retarded, but it's really funny. And I really like my workmates. So one of them's from Italy. The other one is from Venezuela, I do believe, but she's been in the United States and Canada and Spain. And the other one is from Panama. So all of them speak like various languages, and it's pretty awesome. But from the metro, it's far as hell. It's like 30 minutes, and it's like the longest ride. And the 2 times that I have to leave and like come home are like the busiest times of day. So it's kind of like, the other day, I went to IKEA. IKEA. And here they call it IKEA. So that's kind of weird. I'm like, "Oh my god, you guys have IKEA." And they're like, "IKEA?" I'm like, "IKEA." And like, "Yeah, we have IKEA." So I got to go there with my boss. And I will talk about that a little bit more in a second.